good morning or good evening to you all. It's lovely to connect with you. Just waiting for a few people to come online. It's lovely to be here again. A whole month I've been here now. I feel like celebrating. Lovely to connect with you all today. What I'm going to do is, while I wait for people to come on, I'm just going to, hi, as I start seeing people come on. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Amy. Hi. But what I'm going to do whilst people start coming on, I'm just going to read you. I'm just going to pull a positive affirmation card. I've been doing positive affirmation cards for everyone that's sort of been following my Instagram or Facebook, and it's just to it's a positive affirmation challenge. And so what it is to change your way of thinking, especially when you get up in the morning. Instead of thinking negative thoughts or looking in the mirror and thinking, oh, it's all about starting your day with love for yourself. Okay, so every day there's some positive affirmations just to make your life a bit easier, and so you live more in peace with yourself and just more at one. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to, as I say, while people are coming on, I'm just pulling this card, and this is today's positive affirmation or power word. Okay, so this is, I let go of all expectations. I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself and know that only good things await me at every turn. Sorry, I'm watching everyone come on. So I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself and know that only good things await me at every turn. So this is day 7. If you would like to follow for the next month the daily affirmations, and it's a challenge to see how you can change your thoughts, and if you do keep a bit of a journal to see how it changes you and how you think about yourself and how you feel towards life, if you feel more positive with these daily affirmations. Okay, so you can click on the top. I've added the link to my YouTube channel. Okay, lovely. So what I've done, first of all, what I'm going to do is to start off with some general readings. I've got angel cards this week, and I've got some Alice in Wonderland cards. I've got the Alice in Wonderland Oracle, and I have the messages from your angels. So what I'm going to do first of all is just start a few. I'm going to pick 5 angel cards. I'm not going to spend too long on the general reading because I know you all would like readings as well. So I'm just going to try and do a little bit of everything. So first of all, I'm going to pick 5 angel cards. So if you'd like to just take a breath and ask your angels to come in and guide you towards the card that has a message for you. Okay. And here we have, so think of a question, think of what you need in your life, and as I say, ask your angels to come in. So first of all, for those that have chosen card number 1, so Andrea, yes, definitely you have an angel card. What I'm going to do first of all, sorry, I just see people coming on. I've got angel cards. I'm just going to do a general reading first of all with angel cards. Pick a number between 1 and 5 and ask your angels to come in to guide you. So if you've chosen card number 1, I have Isabella. Yes, the timing is right for you. So the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. So this is telling you that whatever your question or whatever the issue that you had in your mind when you were asking, looking for some insight, is that yes, the timing is right. So if you've been hanging around, you now have the sign from the universe or your angels to say that yes. And so it's all going to start happening now because there is going to be a positive outcome. Okay, so Also, I feel this is sort of saying, and now it's time to calm your monkey mind that we all seem to have when we start worrying about things, and just let it flow and let things take off, because the angels and divine timing are taking care of things. Okay. And if you've chosen card number 2, for your angels, this is Teresa. And she's saying, time out. You've been so busy taking care of everybody else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Okay, so sometimes a lot of us are so busy, especially with empaths, mums, parents, or just we're families or work or friends. We can sometimes give so much time and energy that then there's actually nothing left to feed our souls. So this is saying, you've done enough. Maybe it's been with perhaps the atmosphere of the world during this crisis, and everyone's like, busy bee, taking care of everyone. And this is saying that's enough now. That's enough. Slow down, time out, and it's time for you to start taking some care of yourself. Okay? And card number 3 for the angel cards, we have Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So if you've been having an argument, or you've been judging or not understanding a situation, this is sort of saying for peace for yourself, the best way forward during this situation is for you just to start seeing the other person's point of view with compassion. So sometimes it is just time to listen and sit back and maybe not react, practice the pause. And that way you don't judge quickly, or you don't say the wrong thing, and you can just sort of then perhaps start to understand, because not everyone can deal with life as well as you or in the same way as you. So sometimes compassion is needed, and understanding, because everybody takes, you can be going through the same situation, but people simulate it differently. So sometimes you do need more compassion and just to understand it from their point of view. Okay. And then card number 4. Card number 4 is Maya. Schooling, studying and education helps your life purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with that process. So this is a very interesting card, because I feel what it's saying to you, maybe you've had some time to think lately about what you want to do and where you're going. And so this is opening up and saying that maybe you need to study some more things. I personally feel that sometimes there's so much emphasis on learning academical subjects at school and in life. We have to learn to do a job, learn to do things, but sometimes we don't actually learn how to take care of ourselves. And how to get out, of the stressful situations we're put in. So we're taught how to work hard, or we're taught how to do so many things. But when it then comes down to looking after ourselves, or just to how to get through life, it's very difficult. So this may mean maybe coming into your life just to suggest that you may need to study some spiritual care, to do some mindfulness, to learn some different ways to take in the stress and strains and the heaviness of what can be going on in your life right now. So I do feel that this is a really good way. It can also be towards your own personal growth, or it can be just studying to improve your career or your job prospects. So you can take that card in quite a few ways. If you are interested in having some because this is all about sort of taking care of yourself as well, like card number 1, the time out. On my YouTube channel, there is a section on spiritual self-care, and it just brings in some, in fact, it was what I was going to do on Sunday. There was an expo. I don't know whether anybody saw it, but I was supposed to do this speech about, or this sort of sharing some knowledge about spiritual self-care, but the time just got away, and so I never did. But please pop on there and have a listen to spiritual self-care, because that will help you if you have been feeling tired or you're looking for your purpose. It helps you slow down and listen to yourself. Okay, so if you've chosen card number 5, card number 5 is saying it's desire. It's sort of saying that no, conditions aren't right now to do what you need to do. Okay, so this isn't actually a negative card. The word no, sometimes we all feel, oh God, they've said no, it's negative, it's not good. But it's not saying this. It's saying that conditions aren't favorable right now, but if you wait or look at other options, or perhaps look at them in different ways, ask the angels to help guide and comfort you, and then things will move. Okay, so I feel that this is about just taking some time out. So a no doesn't have to be negative. It's sort of about saying, take some time, don't rush at things. The universe has a plan, trust in it, and don't try and force it. Sometimes we want stuff so much that we try too hard and work too hard, and it's actually really draining. But this is saying, take that time out and just look at things a little bit differently. Meditate on it and let go of it a little bit. Sometimes we can't control everything. We have to just see what the universe brings in, because when we've sent our wants, our desires, our thoughts out, the universe is listening, and sometimes when we force things too much, we actually block it. So it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that perhaps not now. It isn't good. Some people have said to me, in fact, last week, oh, I'm not getting the business I want. I'm not getting the business I want, but I'm really tired. Or I've got so much to do at home, because they've been working at home. And you say, well, yeah, the business isn't going to come in because you're putting so much energy into other things. You won't have the energy to do the work. It doesn't mean to say it's not going to come in. It just means you have to wait a little bit for other things in your life, for the natural flow of life to get back to what it's supposed to be, or what it needs to be to accept this. Okay. So what I've done this week, because I'm just doing the general reading quite quickly, and I am going to come to some questions in a little bit, but what I'm just going to first do is I felt really guided to come on with the Angel Oracle, with the Alice in Wonderland Oracles. So if you would just like to ask, I'm going to do 5 cards. So if you would just like to take a deep breath again and ask for some information through Alice, some guidance through Alice, because this comes through differently. The angel energy is very light and angel-like, and Alice is a little bit more quirky energy. Yes, Nadia, I love the angel cards. I do as well, because sometimes tarot, when I do a general reading, it's quite heavy energy. The tarots I always find are very serious cards. They're fantastic for looking at readings, but for just a quick general reading, especially for people that catch the replay, it's really nice to have the angel energy. And now we'd go on to Alice. Okay, so if you'd like a little message from quirky Alice, who always looks quite grumpy. In fact, I've pulled the cards and they're looking quite serious and spoiled today. So if you'd like to pick a card from 1 to 5, and then I shall just pick them out for you, and then we'll get on to your readings. Okay, so if you've chosen card number 1, this is all about keeping up and advancing. So this is actually, I feel, saying to you now that the time's right to move. We've just been looking at some people sort of saying the time isn't right. I feel that now this is saying it's now time. You've had your rest period. You may have had the time to look at things in a different way. Patricia, this is your card now. So this is saying, you may have had some time out, some time to think about things. And this is now saying, to go forward. I'm also really drawn to the color blue, so I feel that this has been very a time where you can now start communicating better, and there's a lot of healing energy coming in. So I do feel it's now time to get up and do things. It's all about, you know, putting more effort in, or immersing effort, not necessarily more, but it's putting that effort in so you start going forward. So if you haven't been feeling well, this is the time where you can now start your healing journey. If you've not been communicating well, it's a time where communication is really going to start improving, but you do have to put some effort into this. But it's also, if you've got a plan. She's got such beautiful eyes. This is like, yeah, it's time to focus those eyes on the plan that you want to happen. So start making the plan to move forward, and you'll find the universe will start synchronizing those efforts for you. They'll start putting into motion the plans that need to come about. Okay. I'll come to your questions in a little bit. So I'm just going to go on to another couple of cards with Alice, and then I'll come to your question. So do stay on, Johnny, because I'm quite interested in your question as well. Right, so card number 2. So card number 2. I want to be a queen. So start your sovereignate and declare freedom, and you may pass the test. So I feel this card is all about accepting your energy. I find that, you know, some people, you know, we tend to give out so much to others. I feel we do sometimes try too hard about so many things. And we can also bend to other people, that what they want, how they want us to be, and or if we're not bending, some people rub us up the wrong way, so we actually become more inflexible because I'm not going to do it that way, I don't want to do that, and you know, so there's some sort of this energy exchange that happens. And so this is all about sort of sitting in your power, finding out what you really want to do, and then, you know, be the queen or the king, you know, whatever it is, you know, that in your energy you want to do. But I do feel it's about putting some rules down and sort of standing up into your power, maybe looking at your boundaries, making sure that you have your boundaries in set, so you're not giving out too much. You know, there is this balance. It's also about passing a test. So if people have some tests, some exams going on, you know, it's really good news. A big smile on the cat there, a bit of an evil smile, but there is a smile there. Okay, card number 3. Set your course. Know where you wish to go and have a plan in the right direction. This also came up, I'm sure I've got a couple of cards that came up here last week. So this is card number 3. Set your course. So this is sort of saying, and she looks an alright grump there. It's like, things aren't going my way. But I feel this is sort of saying is unless you state what you really want to people as well, because as I say, she looks like she's really, I'm fed up. But it feels like that Alice hasn't actually told anyone what she wanted, and now that it's been denied to her, she's in a sulk. But this, I feel, is sort of saying communicate to people what you want. You know, not everyone's psychic and doesn't know what you want. So this is saying communicate exactly what you want so people know what it is you're about, but also, you know, have a plan so you're going in the right direction. And once you put that plan in place, you also, I feel, it makes that it resonates with other people. So once they know what you want and what you're about, they'll either like you, won't like you, help you or not, but at least you've got a direct plan. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you if you chose card number 3. Okay, card number 4, who in the world are you? So this is getting to know the new you. Do you know what? I'm sure some of these cards came up last week, but it's obviously the energy is still around. I do feel that this is because we are going through, I feel with the universe and the planetary movement, we're going through a huge awakening. I feel that, and I don't know how it is in Australia and many other parts of the world, because I must admit I don't watch the news very much, you know, because I find it too overwhelming at the moment. So what I've got is, with this, I feel that there's a lot of changes that have gone on, and they've all affected us personally. You know, we're now no longer, or in lots of people's cases, we're no longer working the way we were, doing the things we were doing. So things have changed, and I feel that it's also changed perhaps the priorities that we have in life. So I feel this card is sort of saying, get to know the new you. Who are you? What is it you want? You know, the other card is also, it's very similar to set your course. It's saying, you know, what is it? What are you about now? Ask yourself what makes you happy and what you want to do and how you want to go through in the future. So who in the world are you? Get to know the new you. Getting to know yourself is great, because once you start to think, okay, I really don't want that anymore. You know, it's like going in your wardrobe and thinking, oh, God, that skirt, I did it this morning, that skirt's just a bit too short now. But it is getting the new you. You know, we change, we evolve, we develop, and then you have to get to know yourself, what you want to do, what you like, what you don't like. So there's that sort of energy around it, and once you take some time out to get in to know yourself, you will bring in things that suit and resonate with the new you. Okay, and then we have card number 5. Do not drink poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. So this is all about sort of doing things that are, again, in your spiritual self-care, doing things that you just know are right for you. So again, have a pop into the YouTube thing all about self-care, the links above. But I think this is sort of about moving and avoiding toxic relationships. You know, if you find that you're in a relationship that's toxic, it doesn't have to be with your partner, it can be with family, friends, work, co-mates, co-workers. You know, it can be with lots of different, you know, we've all got loads of different relationships, or it could even be with your past. I feel this is sort of saying it's time to detox these relationships and distance yourself from them, or feel and handle them differently. Okay, but it's also, when you know something's bad for you, or you know visiting them or picking up the phone to them or talking to that person makes you feel bad, it's either time to sort of get those people out your life if you can, or if not, protect your energy so they're not affecting you so much, and then try and see it, take it differently. If you can't control the situation, control how you feel about it. That's the message that keeps coming through on that card. So I hope that's made sense to you, for those that are watching, or watching on playback, or watching the replay. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to put Alice back down now. So thank you for listening to that, and I'll put the angel cards away. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to take some questions for, if you have any questions, please put them on. What happens now, though, is the comments go all the way up, so I can't see them now on the screen. I'm going to scroll back to one person who I think's on, because I did say for them to stay. But for anybody else that's still on, as soon as I finish these questions, please start messaging and commenting, and then I'll because the screen will move and I can go to your comment, because I know that since we've started, a few people have moved off and others have come back in. So, but if you have a question, have a little time to think about your question, take a deep breath. Ask for some insight and guidance to be channeled from your spirit guides through mine, and we shall have a look and see what comes through. Okay, so Johnny Retro, I presume you're still on. If you'd just like to give me some thumbs up or something, or even a heart. Okay, may I ask how my investment in medical marijuana, will it be a successful investment? Okay, John, let's see what comes up behind this. Okay. Right, first of all, I do feel it will be successful. You know, I feel this has been a good opportunity. Maybe the energy around it has been feeling a bit rough lately. That may be because, again, of the world stock markets or the spending, but it does feel like you're coming through with a good investment here. I have with you that it is a good investment. I have that the fears you may have around it are unfounded. So I do feel it's sort of time for you to sit back on it, and it will be successful. I don't feel it's a get-rich-quick scheme. I feel it's sort of you put in, you get in what you get back, you put in what you get back. There's that sort of flow around it. I hope, does that answer your question? Let me just see if there's anything else coming up. Is there anything you can, is there anything else you need to know? How successful? Sorry, I used coconut oil this morning and it means that everything's sticking to me. Let me just see what comes up over your investment. Is there anything else you need to know? And how successful will this be? Okay, what I do feel again is that, are you feeling quite fearful around this investment at the moment, Johnny? Are you on? Can I speak to you? Where are you? So because this card has come up twice, so I don't know whether you're there, but this card signifies perhaps insecurities, and so it's not so much about the investment, it's about the energy you're putting in. So what I feel on this is that everything we do we put our energy in. So if I come on here and my energy isn't uplifted, or I don't expect anyone to come on, or if I feel I'm going to fail, when I come on, that energy will transmit to you. When you do something, it's like they say, a bitter baker bakes a bitter cake, because everything we do has energy in. So I feel, oh yes, so you are on. So what I feel for you is to have some time to meditate on it and trust in it, because I do feel that with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, that it is a good investment, it will turn round and it will be good. What you also need to do is perhaps I don't know whether you've read about the law of attraction and The Secret and things like that, but I feel that that's what you need to sort of look into a little bit, because what I'm picking up on, again, these two cards come in sort of, and I feel it's this energy that's unfounded and insecurity. So it's almost like sitting there and sending the business powerful energy, healing energy, believing in it and feeling in it. Okay, so and that will help it, maybe help speed things up and improve the investment, because what tends to happen, especially with financial crises that are going on around the world, we may think that, oh, that's going to happen to me, so you sort of put in that negative energy on the business instead of uplifting it. So let me just see if there's anything else coming through. I do feel it is going to be good. Again, this is the King of Wands. It's all about making magic happen to you, happen for you, manifesting the future that you want. So do work on it, because I do feel it is going to be a strong investment. I feel it's been a good opportunity, but wait it out and don't let anything else, any other vibes put you off. Keep focused on the success of it. Yeah, I do have that and I do feel drawn to saying, because I've also got intuition, so I feel that, so will this be a financial success for you? And I feel a yes, okay? So I do feel, slow down and don't expect that speed, but do know that, it will happen. So put the energy you put in when you first invested, because I feel you were intuitive around it. You followed your gut feeling. And this is sort of saying, well, trust that feeling, keep going with, it's like, even though things have changed, that feeling you had about the investment and your result, they're still up here. That's not changed. Just because there's a load of shit going down in the world, it's not going to affect it. In fact, for medical marijuana right now, with a lot of people going through stress times, I don't know whether that's what it's going to be used for, but I think the sales will even increase with this, what's happened, and people looking for more natural remedies. So I do feel it's positive for you. Okay, Hope that's answered your question. Okay, right, what I'm going to do is, okay, since 2017, yes, so now you want your investment back. Yeah, okay, well, I hope that answers you. You know, what I do have when I ask that, it just sort of says, you know, sit back and wait. You know, it is sort of sitting and waiting for the transformation. Okay, right. Hi, Debbie Taylor. So anyone else that's left on who's got a question, please put it in the comments. Because I lose a lot of comments as I go through. So I have put my teeth in, right. I have Debbie Taylor. Hi, Debbie Taylor. Are you still on? Can you give me some thumbs up if you're there, or some hearts, or whatever it is that's there? So Debbie Taylor, are you still on? Yes, you're there. Brilliant. Okay, so I would be grateful for anything on love, career and health. Okay, first of all, let's look. Love and love, career and health. Right, okay, first of all, I feel that, you know, love-wise, it feels like it's a time, I really just feel like saying slow down, don't want to rush things, you know, don't feel you have to be in a hurry, you know, you can't hurry love. I've got my spirit guides sing to me, but so they're saying don't hurry things. I feel new love coming into your life. So are you single right now, Debbie? Because I do feel new love coming in. If it isn't, oh, Johnny Retro, it makes a lot of sense. Good, I'm glad you could take that. So Debbie, I feel that, you know, if I feel you're single now, if you're not, I do feel there's going to be some new love coming into your life as it is now. So I do feel it's, right, so I do feel it is going to happen for you, but I feel before this happens, it almost feels like you have to get over some things, because I feel that you've been through some hurt, pain and a loss lately. You know, and what this has happened to you is, it's dipped your energy with everything that's going on in your life, actually, with love, career, I forget the questions now, I'll have to look back, I've got them down here. Sorry, work and... Okay, single 30 years. What I have is that because right now it seems that you're getting over this loss and sadness and in several areas of your life, and I feel that this may have actually caused you to get out of your center. So the vibration around you is one of perhaps being a bit tired, and I do feel you really need to have some healing for yourself. You know, this is, sorry, I don't mean to say you need to go out and do it. What it is sort of that connection. Again, have a look on my YouTube YouTube channel. There's a little section about health or self-care, that's what it's called, and it is all about sort of making sure you take time for yourself, to ground yourself, to be out in nature, to look after yourself, journal about feelings that may be pent up and blocking emotions, because I feel these block emotions perhaps are causing some anxiety. I don't know if you've got a bit of insomnia or anxiety or disrupted sleep. You know, I do feel that sort of energy around it. Okay, so I feel it's a little bit of time to invest in yourself, to read the past, to journal the past away. I know you've been single for many years, but there's been other stuff that's come on that you've been putting your attention to. And so this is sort of, I feel, all about, you know, spending that time healing yourself, journaling, perhaps releasing all these feelings, and then love will come in. I feel that someone will come in that's quite, that's actually very solid and like yourself, and I feel he's a very grounded, or they're a very grounded person, like a Taurus. No, what's... a strong, earthy so yes, it would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that sort of energy. And I also feel that they will be a mature person. So you're not getting a toy boy, if that's what you're looking for. A mature sort of person that's been well traveled and a business person. So they, you know, and they will be financially stable. You know, they won't come in with a lot of financial energy around them. Okay. So, and then when I ask about your work, I feel you're really struggling right now to do everything. Would that be right, Debbie? Because I just feel like it's just, oh, I don't know, it just feels like there's this juggling act going on, that you're sort of juggling time, money, hours. And again, this has been very tiring. I do feel this energy changing as you step into a more atmosphere with like-minded people, you know. So I do feel you get the help you need. I also feel like saying, you know, it's also time to follow your intuition. I feel you are quite, is it spiritual, intuitive, and I feel it's a time you should really tap into that to get rid of this energy that I feel when I ask about your work, which is very tired. So have you been working lots, or have you just feel very okay, juggling self-employment? Right, I do feel like saying to you, you know, a round of applause for juggling, but then look at it perhaps from a different way of how you can do this movement, of how you can either delegate, change things, get some help perhaps with marketing, you know, anything like that, because I do feel that, yes, I do feel your tiredness. And the thing is again, I feel that I said this earlier on one of the other cards, but when you're tired, again, it's back to the law of attraction. When you put out that vibration of being tired, then when you're tired, I can't do this, I'm tired, I can't do this, or this is too much for me. That's the sort of vibe that you get back, Debbie. So what it means is that you need to focus on yourself, have a couple of days where you perhaps switch off. Yeah, and then when you come back when a little bit more rested, you will have a fresh, clean page, and then you can get on with things better. So it's maybe more organization, more boundaries, more delegation, and clearing out things that you don't need anymore. So, you know, clearing your office space, or you're detoxing your emails and things like that, so that you can focus on the important things, and that will be less tiring. I do feel you will attract the help you need, because I'm getting this card which is a very spiritual feeling about it. So I feel it is time to get into your spiritual practice more, or use it on yourself more. But I do feel by doing that you will attract more like-minded people, you know, that sort of help, or you'll get within a community, you'll get the help, or with online groups, something like that. There'll be some sort of group thing. I wish I had more time with you, but that's what I got in your way. And with your health, I don't like doing health readings because we're online and it's a very quick connection, but look what comes through. This is all about what you focus on grows. So what I have is two solar opposites. Is that the right? Polar opposites? That's the word. So this is like, I feel that you've had some stress and anxiety, Debbie. And this is, I feel, made you not have such good quality sleep. And then I feel what this does is then depletes your energy. So it makes everything sort of hard. But I do have what you focus on, you grow. So again, it's go and listen to on YouTube to the self-care, energy self-care. So grounding yourself. You know, put in the energy bubble up and put in some positive steps. If I had a little bit more time, I'd tell you them all on here. But please have a look at it, because you can change. You've got the power to change these cards, and focusing on yourself, you're bringing that light so much more. So your health will really improve, you know, because once you focus on these improvements, it will go on. And then, do you know, funny enough, that card's just flown on the floor. So I feel that the power of the sunlight, the power of your soul light and your self-healing will boot the cat right out the way. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you, Debbie, and please pop over and have a little look at the self-care on YouTube. The link's on the top, so if you just pop in, and it's on the playlist, self-care or spiritual energy care, something like that. Okay. All right. right, if you'd like a card and you're still on, please please just put some comment down at the bottom. Okay, Jude. Hey, Jude. I bet you get that all the time. That just popped out. I'm sorry. You're so fed up of hearing that song, but it's one of my favourites, actually. Jude Ranji. I'd love some guidance on work, please. Can you do me a like or something if you're there? Yes. Oh, heart. Thank you. Jude, I'm not going to be able to get that song out of my head now. I'd love some guidance on my work, please. Right, I'm going to have a little look about what the block is in your work and to see what you can do, what the block is, and see what you can do. Right, do you know what? I feel there's a lot of good opportunities around at your work at the moment. So I do feel that you are currently employed. And what I actually have, if you can confirm, Jude, so I do feel you're at work. Yes, you're here. So Jude, you're currently at work, I feel. And I actually feel that there's a lot of good energy around you because, so it may be a little bit turbulent at the moment. Is that right? Because I feel there's some changes that have come in. But what I do feel really interesting with you is a lot of success. I don't really feel that there's a block. I feel that it's almost like, right, so what I have, you may be going through some changes right now, but these changes are actually quite positive because it's taken away some of the things that weren't working. So although it may feel a bit turbulent, there's actually some good that is going to come of it. There may be some clarity or some truths. You know, so it's as I say, it feels a bit turbulent, which may be causing turbulence inside, or you don't feel as secure as you were. But what I have is that this is going to result in you stepping up. Okay, so does this all make sense to you? Because what I'm getting is it's almost like there's some more opportunities coming in for you. But what you're going to have to do is stand up, stand in your power, stand in your right, and really sort of take that leap of faith forward, if that makes sense to you, Jude. Because what I have is that I feel the block is you deciding what to do. And so it's almost like lack of self-belief perhaps, or self-confidence, or there's a lot of questioning going on. But I also feel that perhaps you're not looking at the situation in the right way. Yes, so there's a lot of changes, turbulence and uncertainty. So what I feel is instead, yes, good, it is time to stand up and step up. It definitely is, because what I feel is it's almost like you've I don't want to look, I don't want to see the situation, I don't want to know what's going on because I'm going to lose my job, or I'm going to be frightened. There's this fear. So what I do feel, it's now time to sort of open up and look at the situation for what it is, instead of having your nervousness or this feeling that I've got around you, looking at the situation. It's sort of looking at it in a different way. It's looking at it because I do feel you do something you really love. I do feel there's good emotions in it. So I feel with you is look at the opportunities instead of looking at the chaos. Look at how these changes are going to affect you in a positive way, if that would make sense. Because I do have you look at the cards that are coming in. This is the World, all about completion, success, and also perhaps stretching your range, getting to the bottom of what you really are and offering it out there, because perhaps you haven't been doing that. And the Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Fortune, these are really strong cards saying, fate, so all the work you've been putting in, it's time now to turn, the wheel's turning, it will turn, and it will turn into your favor. So things are coming around that you're attracting to you. So that also leads me to say one of the biggest blocks in life, because you're saying definitely anxiety and frustration. So I feel instead of blocking yourself with this anxiety and frustration, start thinking about it as a challenge and an opportunity, okay? And then when people perhaps see that you're firmer and solid and that your energy's changed, maybe they'll look at you and think, oh my God, look, they're made of better stuff than I thought, or look at how they're handling the situation. Or if not, you'll just put that vibe out, because again, it's going back to the law of attraction. You know, what we feel we attract more of. And if we're like, oh, I'm insecure, the universe is thinking, yeah, well, it's going to be insecure. So it's sort of saying, yeah, okay, well, whatever's going on in my life right now, I'm going to take control of my feelings about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to trust the universe that things are going to work out for me. And I'm going to step up to the challenge. I'm going to rise up to the challenge. I'm going to take the leap of faith forward, because that brings me to the start of new things. Look, I've got 2 aces coming in, so they are the start of new things. So whatever changes are going on, you know, even though this is sort of pushing out things, and you know, it's bringing in changes that are for the best for you, new opportunities that can, you know, so I just feel that these new opportunities are coming in. So focus on yourself, focus how you feel, and you know, these new changes I have will be positive for you. Right, I was just asking, will you stay in the same job? Because sometimes what comes along as you through the Tower card is actually a change, a big change like that. But okay, I can do that. Opportunity, challenge, step up, firmness, happy to do that, self-belief. Oh, so I'm so good, because I've just asked, you know, because sometimes I see the Tower card and I think, oh God, does that mean you're going to lose your work and get into another one? Because sometimes even when we lose something, we think it's the baddest thing, the worst thing that could happen. It actually then brings in something more aligned to us. But I do feel you'll be staying at the same place. I've shuffled and I've asked the questions again. So although you may feel that it's uncertain, I think this uncertainty will go on for another month. So instead of it letting it rule you, that uncertainty and that nervousness, as we've said, you know, step into that, the law of attraction, the calmness. Again, pop onto my website, and not the website, it's the YouTube, and it's about some spiritual everyday guidance. It's all about getting up and setting your intentions. It's not really about meditating, but it's about controlling your mind, the law of attraction, some breathing things that will really help you through to set your intentions, and so you can kick ass. instead you're more in control of the situation. You're manifesting the situation that you want, instead of just feeling powerless and letting this situation go on. Sometimes it's good just to go with the flow, but in this situation it does feel, because look what comes in again when I ask you, staying at the same job. Yes, you're staying at the same job. The work you've put in will be coming around to you, but you are blocking yourself with it because you don't want to look at the situation. It's like, oh my God, shit's going down, I'm not going to look. But it's saying, do look, because if you take the leap of faith, what you focus on, you're going to build up into. There's good announcements, there's the sun, there's the joy, there's vitality, there's growth. So all this is sort of saying that you can really take it as a challenge and rise to it. So I hope that's helped, Jude. And as I say, pop on the website, on that YouTube thing, because I think it's under a playlist of spiritual self-care, and it just sort of will give you a few things to stay more in control, manifesting. Let me know how you get on. Yay! I've got all goosebumps over me. I was really drawn to reading for you, so I think that's a really good force of energy there. Brilliant. Thank you, Jude. Right, I'm just going to take a mouthful of water. Whoever's left on, just give me a message down the bottom, because I've lost all the comments going up through. This is the problem being on an iPad. I just lose all the comments. Okay, if there's anyone else that's I talk so much. Okay, right. I saw an interesting question there. What was it? Hi there. This is Kim Blaker. Hi, Kim Blaker. I love your question. Could you please tell me if what I'm thinking of for career is the right thing to do? Intrigue. Right, Kim, let's just have a look for you to see is what what you're thinking of for your career is the right thing for you. Okay. Right, and what's the block? Because I do feel that yes, I'll give you a yes. Definitely, it definitely is. Now, to harness this energy, again, law of attraction comes straight in as you've asked this, because I do feel it's sort of, I've got that, yes, it is the right thing for you. This card's all about celebrations, about freeing up. So I do feel it's something that really is quite heartfelt with you. I do feel it's a job that is going to, or a career, sorry, that is going to bring about your passion. I feel you're very intuitive, strong. You've had a lot of experience. And there's a lot of caring, compassion, but there's also power within you. And I think you've got the moderation, the balance to bring your strong personality into your chosen career. So what I do feel is it's almost like now you've chosen it, or what, you know, I feel you already know that it is the right thing for you, because I feel you've seen the signs and been led there. So I do feel that that's what's been happening. I do feel that now is the time to, because you're mistrusting about it, Kim. You know, there's this perhaps energy. I'm just seeing if your comments are up. So I do feel there's a lot of passion about it. I do feel that it's time for you to trust it, because it's almost like you're mistrusting of it, if that would make sense to you, Kim. But I have that, yes, step into it. I feel it will be a very good career choice for you, but I feel the only block around is any of the negative energy that you are feeling about it. You know, the fears, the insecurities. Am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be intelligent enough, if that would make sense to you, Kim? Because what I do feel is that, you know, it's time to walk away from all of those thoughts and start believing more in yourself, trusting more in yourself, definitely trusting in the guidance, because as I say, I feel that you had sort of a gut feeling about this career choice. So I do feel that yes, it is right for you. I hope that's helped you, Kim. Okay, can you please tell me what can I send you to for spiritual service? Hi Sue, please can you send info about what I could do to create a spiritual service to the community? Okay. Okay, Sue. Let me just ask that. Sue, what can you do to make or create a spiritual service to the community? Right. First thing is, I think, step into your true power. Do you tell everybody how spiritual you are? Do you sort of own... Oh, Kim, it's helped. Thank you very much for the reading. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for joining. And please have a little look at the YouTube video. So, Sue, what I feel you need to do, first of all, to create a spiritual service to the community is own your power. Step into what you do, your feelings, and because it's almost like there's, should I do it? It's almost like, yes, this is me. I'm going to do it. I trust in myself. I trust I'm being led by spirit. I trust in spirit. So it's almost like once you do that, once you accept the truth of who you are and who you follow, that spiritual feeling inside of you, you will be able to set up and somehow a spiritual service to the community. And this will spread. You know, this is a feeling of success, of completion, of help. And I feel you will be able to do that very, very soon. I also feel once you start this new venture, things will just start coming in. So I feel like the Fool card says it's all about being, I feel, for you in your Zen moment. Let me see if Sue's got any feedback on what I'm saying. I hope this all makes sense to you, Sue. Let me know. But I do feel it's like setting off for it. Just start creating creating it. Let people know what you want to do. Go and see if there's some space that you can use. It depends what you, and also make a plan. What do you want to do? What spiritual service do you want to offer? Do you want to offer, what's your sort of, what is it that you do that can offer? But I do feel that if you start talking about it, start making a plan, there will definitely be a space or an area that you will be able to use, and start setting things up, and things will move in your favor. I do feel that you will find a space to do this in, and you will bring the community together where there'll be celebration. I feel that within your you know, if you step into the trust and into, as I say, into your power, you will find the way forward, and it will just sort of with synchronicity start working towards you, if that makes sense to you, Sue, because you'll meet someone that says, yes, oh, I can help do that, or, you know, but it is sort of stepping in and owning your power and sort of saying, this is me, this is what I want to do, this is my plan. And then people will either start helping, or the universe, well, the universe will put the people in the way to start helping you, but it will start going forward. And look at the cards that come in. You've got the Chariot, which is like, once you're in control and you sort of say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do, this is me, I'm going to show everybody, I'm going to help everybody, and I'm working with spirit and with love, I'm going to offer this service, then, you know, you will be helped to reach your dreams, and you will be powered along. And then, yeah, you will have the success, completion, but I feel also fulfillment for yourself, and you will get the message around the world, well, in your community, if that makes sense to you. Is Sue there? Sue, that makes sense to you, Sue? I hope that resonated with you. Let me just see if I can see any comments from Sue. I hope you're still there, Sue. Did you hear that? Okay, right, let me just see. How are we doing for time? Is Sue still there? Did Sue say anything about that reading? Okay, right, I've only got time, I think, for one more. Am I going to get a job anytime soon? Angela, yes, I do feel that you will get a job soon, okay? So that's a yes to your question. I do feel that you will do. I would also suggest, you know, I'll be very blunt with you, okay, Angela? This is what I'm getting. I do get a yes. Perhaps you've been feeling down about things, and I feel that, you know, it's like lift up and start really self-belief, looking in yourself, setting your intentions. Again, I'm going to say, have a look at the video on YouTube about self-care, about setting your intentions, about, you know, bringing your energy up, because you will get a job, but you've got to be looking up for it and believing in it, and believing that the worst is over and the good things are coming on, because what you start focusing on will come in. And with those changes, sort of getting rid of that card out the picture that the changes come in really quickly. The changes come in quickly, especially once you feel more balanced, because at the moment it feels like there's a little bit of imbalance there. So it's like, yeah, self-belief and getting on, you know, getting on. I hope that makes sense to you, Angela. Let me know. But yes, I do feel that you will get a job soon. Oh, Sue, you are on. Okay, thinking of meditation on building self-resilience, learning to trust, being attached. Brilliant. Definitely, you know, start getting out there. You know, I really do feel that now I feel there's been a really strong spiritual movement, Sue, and I do feel that people are more open to it. People want more tools to learn after all the chaos that we've been through, how to deal with life in a different way. I just feel it's a really good. The world's changed spiritually, if that makes sense. Anyway, Sue, it's been lovely to connect with you. It's been lovely to connect to everybody today. Angela, I'm glad that made sense to you. Please have a look on, there's the link above of YouTube. Just go on there and have a little look at spiritual self-care. And it is really about just being able to lift your head up and look for the opportunities that are around, and feel maybe some love. It just feels like you've got to love yourself a little bit more. You know, I feel like sending you a lot of love. I'm so sorry, I've come to the end. I'll be on the same time next Friday. Lots of love to you all. I really love coming on here and connecting with you all. If you do want a more in-depth booking, please, you know, look online. I'm offering now 20% off for anybody in the Spiritual Events Directory. So I think the code is Spiritual Directory. But it will be on the magazine that's coming out on the 3rd. So it's all mentioned there, the discount. Okay, but if not, just get in touch with me and there is 20% off. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Bye, Jude. I'm going to be humming your song all day long. It was lovely to connect with you. Many blessings. Thank you.